Anders Vejrgang, the same kid who set the world record of 535 games undefeated in FUT Champs back in FIFA 21, has now become both the E-Euros and FC Pro World Champion. And today, I'm going to show you guys how he did it. Now, of course, we have to acknowledge Anders is a generational talent with incredible reactions, timing, and decision making. But after analyzing his gameplay, I noticed there's definitely some things here that we can learn from him. This video is going to be broken down into 3 parts. First, looking at his attacking build-up, then his attacking in the final third, and lastly, his defending. So let's start with Anders' attacking build-up. Now, Anders plays a very direct attacking play style, so he always likes to push the ball forwards towards goal whenever he can, but he also knows when to recycle and restart possession. So something that Anders does every attack is he always triggers players in behind, and this helps put the opponent on the back foot. As we can see here, triggers Saka, and he's able to get a through ball with Saka, and then again here in this clip, he's triggering Saka and R9, and he eventually scores a goal here. So let's look back at this clip. When he triggers Saka early in this build up here, so he's triggered Saka on a run with Bellingham, and you can see that because he's pushed up quite quickly. His opponent's left back, his left back has been caught out. So what he's going to do is, as he progresses up the pitch with these passes, as we speed up, let's go. So he'll play into Mbappe. Now his opponent, Johnny, has to make a decision. So we've got Saka making that run. Johnny wants to press this ball here. He wants to force Anders to go backwards. But if Johnny does that now, then it leaves this big space in behind for Saka to be able to go for that through ball. So he's in this sort of stuck position where if he tracks the run of Saka in behind like this, he gives space for Mbappe to run forwards, and then if he presses the ball, then he can just easily play a through ball. So it's about creating these 2v1s here while triggering these runs, so then your opponent's stuck and he's got no option, or no easy option at least. So there you could see that he pressed forwards his center back, and we're away with Saka. Let's watch this out. And you can see here, Anders doesn't do anything crazy in this build-up. So he doesn't do any, insane skill moves. He doesn't do anything crazy. He just one triggered run and then correct decision-making, timing of the pass, and he's through. Same thing here. So we can see he's got 2 players deep on the ball, and he's got space from here to his next opponent to dribble. So as he's dribbling, he's triggered Saka to make a run. He's spamming L1 to trigger R9 as well to make these runs in behind and put the question mark on his opponent onto this player. Does he track the run that's going in behind and leave Mbappe to dribble freely, or does he close down Mbappe, try and tackle him, knowing that if that fails, it's an easy through ball? So as we can see here, that's exactly what he does. So he's dribbling forwards. His opponent says, okay, I'm not going to track the run. I'm not going to press because he knows it's a 2v1 situation. So he's trying to bring back Mbappe. But again, Anders just triggers 2-3 players. He triggers R9 as well. He's able to run into that space and it's a goal. Let's watch this back one more time. Again, same thing here. So as Saka gets the ball to his feet, just before he gets the ball, he's already triggering R9. He knows R9 is going to be running into this space. So if his opponent's defender presses, he knows that through ball's on. And if the defender drops off to mark the run, then he can just drive with Saka and eventually take the shot. So triggering these runs in behind, it creates these 2v1 situations. It creates that question mark for your opponent. And when you get into 2v1 situation like this, it's a goal every single time. And now looking at another technique that Anders uses in his build-up, it's a staircase build-up pattern that he uses. So let's start here where he's bringing the ball out from the back. So the staircase build-up pattern, it's sort of like he'll go forwards, he'll dribble forwards until his opponent comes and steps and he's able to tackle him. And then at that point, then he'll look for a sideways pass. And then he'll dribble forwards. He'll drive towards goal until the opponent squeezes and tries to tackle him. And then he'll look for another pass sideways, and then he'll just progress like this, almost like a staircase pattern towards goal. And it's very hard to defend, especially with the 4-3-2-1 formation, because he's got 3 center mids, 3 forwards. So let's look at this clip and see what he does. So he's driving here with Mbappe. He's driving. He's got this space. He's got quite a bit of space, but he's not sprinting. He's just driving. He's waiting for his opponent to switch to one of these players and close down. And at some point, Anders can't go forwards anymore. He can't drive forwards towards goal anymore with Mbappe. So he's gonna have to look for a sideways pass, either to his right back or up to R9. So let's see what he does here. So here, Joselu drives forwards, Mbappe drives forwards again, and then he gets a shot off. So let's go back to the start. So here, sideways pass, he goes forwards, sideways pass, down to Joselu. He drives, he knows that his opponent's able to tackle him here. So instead of driving, he can't drive anymore. He'll go upwards into Mbappe, and then Mbappe will drive and then get a shot off. So let's see what he does. Passes, drives into that space, and then he gets a shot off. See if there's another example here. Same thing here. So we're dribbling down the line with Joselu. Look for the inside pass to Mbappe. Drive forward. Look for the inside pass to R9. And it's an easy goal. It's almost like he doesn't do anything special here again. It's just the decision making and the timing. He's aware of where the space is on the pitch. And he's aware of his passing options. So let's look back here. So he knows his passing options is Saka and Mbappe as for a short passing option. So as he's progressing the ball, he's waiting for his opponent to step here with Hullet. He steps with Hullet, he takes that ball inside, passes into Mbappe now, drives past his opponent who steps in, and then again, it's that zigzag staircase pattern where he's driving, finds the pass, drives, finds the pass, and then same thing here until now he's in a shooting position and he can take that shot at goal. I think we've got one more clip here of him doing a similar staircase pattern. So he's running down, looks for the pass inside. He's got another player inside. He's got one more runner inside, and there. He's very smart with his decision making and the timing of when to cut inside here. So he takes that ball roll, takes a touch inside. He sees the space, this massive space here, where he's got 2 players. So he knows that these players are going to drift into this space. And if they don't drift into this space, all he has to do is trigger the run with L1, and then they'll make that quick little sprint, and then he can get the shot off. But yeah, the zigzag pattern is very, very, very good in build-up. Another thing Anders loves to do in build-up is switch the ball across to the other fullback. So he has what most pro players do is with the 4-3-2-1. They've got one fullback on stay back. So let's have a look here. So we've got one fullback on stay back, which is Stones. And he's got one fullback, if you can see on the mini-map, on balanced, which is his Joselu, I think. And what he'll do is he'll start possession on this left-hand side with his stay back fullback. So he'll start with possession on this side, and if there's no way to progress the ball forwards, maybe he could have passed it in here, but he can see we can see that he's got lots of numbers, his opponent, all around the ball. So even if he does make this pass into Hullet, he's in trouble here, and it's very hard to, maybe you could play a risky pass in here, but it's very high risk that he's going to lose possession here. So what he'll do is he'll start build up on this side, and if there's no short options, he'll just switch it over to the other side to Joselu, and that just opens up the game, especially with a lot of players running low width these days, like 30-40 width. All of Nacho's players are on this side of the pitch, and it just leaves plenty of space for Joselu to not only receive the ball without pressure. So when he takes this first touch, look how far away his opponent is. His opponent's so far away. So not only does he have time to take a touch, but now he has time to drive forwards. And again, if he drives forwards, his opponent now has to make a decision. When we're attacking, we want to force our opponent into making decisions. This is how we're going to break through opponents' defenses. When we're in this position where the most dangerous attack is to drive down the line right now. So our opponent has to close down, either like this or like this. And what now opens up if our opponent comes over this way? Because remember, his whole team was on this hand side of the pitch before, and now they all have to shuffle across. Now if his left back goes down like this, it'll open up space for Mbappe on the inside. So either he could, do one touch like this, play a through ball, or he could take a touch inside, look for a driven pass into Mbappe, and then Mbappe can drive. So you've got so many options, and the space just opens up when you've played that long switch ball. We can see here, what's he going to do with Joselu? And then, yeah, he drives. And then again, the staircase pattern in build-up. So he'll drive. He knows that his opponent's Davies is going to come across. So he'll play the pass inside. And now Mbappe has that opportunity to exploit this big gap in the middle here, which was created all because of that big long switch. Let's see another clip here. So here, Stones, and he's got that danger, so he can just continue carrying the ball up, getting yards on his opponent, getting closer to goal, until at a certain point he just wants to switch it. So he'll keep playing here, turn back inside. I'm not sure if I think Stones has long ball plus, so it makes this even better with the accuracy and the speed of this pass. So now we switch to Joselu, and all of a sudden his players all are coming across, and Joselu has received the ball with so much time and space. We could do a player lock. Anders doesn't really do player locks, that's another thing, but we could do a player lock to fake making a run in behind and then step back here, get a driven pass, or we could just drive until our opponent comes and tries to tackle us, which is exactly what he does. We didn't see the full clip of that one there, but you guys get the point, right? So it just opens up the game so much more, especially when your opponent has low width. Now let's take a look at what Anders does in the final third to create goal scoring opportunities. Again, he plays very direct play style, so he's always looking to go towards what's the easiest way to go towards goal and get a goal scoring opportunity. And one of the biggest things here is playing your striker's feet. Regardless, whether it's stay back, fullback, whether it's a center mid, whether it's someone else on the ball, he's always looking, okay, can I play my striker's feet? Because once you get to the striker's feet, you'll see what happens in a sec. It's goal time. So as we can see here, this channel, it's open in between the opponent's winger and his center mid. That channel's open to the left forward. He receives the ball and he just turns, beats the opponent's defense, and he scores. Just easy. Again, looking back at all these goals, he doesn't do anything special. Like here, he's just dribbling. It's just the timing and decision making and recognizing where the space is. Again, now looking at the center mids, always looking at the forwards. Plays into Hullet, and then now again he's constantly looking. Can he play into R9? Right now, R9's he's got his back to his opponent. His opponent's right up his bum, so it's a very hard pass. Well, it's an easy pass, but once R9 gets it, he can't turn. He's going to get crunched. He's going to lose possession straight away. So what's the next option? Haaland. He sees Haaland's got this little bit of space on the outside, so he's going to turn, play that driven pass across. And then one touch, and it's a shot. Green time finish. So let's take a look at this again. Again, he doesn't do anything special. It's just recognizing where the space is and always keeping one eye on the ball, but also one eye on the player, on the forwards, and where they are positioned. Can they receive the ball to feet? Next up, we've got step overs. This isn't just exclusively in the final third, but that's where it's most dangerous, and it's where it's most used by Anders, except on the wings. He also uses step overs on the wings as well. But step overs just allow him to take advantage of the space that's open to him when he plays this ball into the striker's feet. So again, we're in the final third. We're looking, can we play the striker's feet? Can we zip this ball in? decides Haaland's run offside. We play into R9. On his touch, where's the space right now? His opponent switched late. The space is right here. Look at how high his opponent's defense is. A lot of people have been running 100 depth right now, and Anders has been rinsing anyone that's been using 100 depth, because all he has to do is find this pass into the striker's feet and then zip past with this step over boost, and he's away. He's through on a shot on goal, just like that. Again, how easy. All it takes is one driven pass in, step over boost, he's beat the defender, and then now he just takes an easy shot. Same thing here again. So he sees his opponent switches late, he's on the back foot, and with these step overs as well, it's very easy to change direction. So right now, his Rivaldo is faced up like this. So he could go any direction. He could do a step over like that towards the byline. He could do a step over inside. He could, if his opponent anticipates him going like that, he could even do a step over straight at him if he anticipates him, overcommitting to one side. He could even step over and then turn backwards and then restart. So the step over is really good, especially when you find the ball into the feet of the left forward, right forward, the striker. And then again here, takes the ball into R9. And then same thing, we see that the space is down here. So let's rewind just a little bit down. So find the ball into R9's feet. Where's the space right now? Space is down here. So we want to drive into that space. His opponent's not player switched yet, so he's on the back foot. So as soon as R9 gets the ball, he knows take that space into there, and then it's a shooting opportunity, either near post, far post, just like that. And even with that player switch from Hezes, it wasn't a bad player switch, but just look at that distance that R9's able to punch the ball straight into. Another thing as well in the final third, it's not just about creating opportunities and creating or getting into shooting opportunities. It's about what we do when we're in that position. So Anders is one of the best at it. He's green timed. He's mastered green time finishing. If you guys aren't using time finishing, you must learn it. You must get used to it, because the difference between a green time shot and just a regular shot is like, it's ridiculous. So here, he's dribbling with Saka. He knows after that ball roll, after that little touch in there, he knows he's ready to shoot. He's like maybe one touch away from shooting. He could shoot right now if he really wants to. But he also recognizes that his opponent also knows that Saka's able to shoot right now. So what he's going to do, he's not going to rush the shot. He's going to wait for his opponent. He sees his opponent start to step and anticipate that a cross goal or that finesse shot. So what he'll do is he'll take that extra touch, he'll stay a little bit more composed, and now instead of going across goal, which probably 90% of players in this situation would do, he sees him move the goalkeeper and he'll shoot near post. Let's play this out again. See? And he'll green time it as well. The composure to green time the shot as well, it's guaranteed goal there. Same thing again here. Passes into R9. How often do you get into a situation like this where you pass it into your striker and you're about to shoot and you look up, you're waiting for your opponent to move his goalkeeper, and then out of nowhere he just rushes out and then steals the ball off you? It's just awareness, really, and reactions as well, of course, but awareness. Before he's received the ball with R9, he's not thinking about, okay, where do I take this first touch? He's not looking at the ball after he's played this ball. He'll play this pass right now. So as this ball is being passed, he already knows he's in this shooting position. He already knows he's ready to shoot. So he's just waiting. He's not even looking at the ball right now. He's looking at his goalkeeper and he's waiting. Is the goalkeeper going to go across? Is he going to step? And he already knows if the goalkeeper is going to press the ball, all you have to do is lack a shot, maybe do a shot cancel. It's very easy to go around the goalkeepers this year. But yeah, it's just awareness and composure when you're shooting in front of goal. So even in these clips here, where he's doing step overs, or when he's driving the ball into the feet. So here, just green time finishing. or every single shot with green time finishing. Here, step over boost, waiting for the opponent. He knows the opponent knows. He knows the opponent knows that he's about to shoot. So he's waiting for his opponent to move, and then green time finish at the near post afterwards. It's just guaranteed goal. But same thing here, as we can see. He knows, his opponent knows that he's about to shoot, so he just waits for him to overcommit with the goalkeeper, and it's a sure goal. And the thing as well is, right, it's not just about creating goal scoring opportunities inside the box. You have to be a threat outside the box as well, and that's something that Anders does really well. He was doing it with Trivella's, in the very first tournament of the year with the FC Pro Open. And now Trivella's have been patched, but finesses outside the box are still just as good, if not better now with finesse shot plus and the players that have, incredible shooting stats. We can see here, anytime Saka, we know Saka has that finesse shot plus. We got that finesse shot plus icon playstyle here. So he knows whenever he's got this space and his opponent's not going to step and press, he can just green time that. And it's a goal maybe, I don't know, maybe half the time. If you green time it and there's no pressure on the ball, here. So his opponent's thinking, okay, do I step? Do I wait for him? Do I hold? And whilst he's, respecting him too much and giving him too much space, Anders takes advantage of that, takes a touch inside, and he finesses. And he punishes him for not being aggressive and closing down that space. And this is the thing as well, with him triggering runs as well. That all started because he triggered R9 for a run here. We can see when we get the ball here to Saka, he's triggered R9 on the run. We can see the change in tempo of R9's run. So R9's running in behind, which is kind of why his opponent Yuval's quite slow to step here with Van Dijk, because he's worried about if he steps, all he has to do is take a little touch and it's a through ball to R9, or a little touch like this and it's a through ball to R9. So that's, again, creating question marks for your opponent. Is he going to through ball? Is he going to drive at me? So creating that doubt and that question mark, it just means he's able to create this little bit of space and he's able to get a shot off. And if it's green time finish with someone with playstyle plus, finesse shot plus, 90 plus shooting in this sort of area, it's a goal. And now we've got corners. So Anders scored, I think, 36 goals in the tournament, and 5 of them were from set pieces. 5 of them were from corners. So now he'll do select receiver, which is a mechanic. If you press L1 just before you put in the cross, you'll have an icon that comes above one of your players. And what you can do is you can just keep tapping L1 to switch between players. And what a lot of pro players do is they switch to their tallest player, whether it's Haaland, Van Dijk, someone with aerial plus as well. And what this does is you're locked onto that player now. So he's found the angle that he wants to cross from. He puts in the power of 2 or 3 bars of power. And whilst he's put that power in, now he's able to make runs with his striker to either, pretend to go far post, and then he'll start running towards the near post and then look for a flick on. But what he'll do here is very simple. It's no nonsense. He'll just look for this near post area and whip this in, and he'll look for a flick on. And this is very hard to defend against. What a lot of people do is, if they expect a cross in here, they'll move their goalkeeper straight away and they'll try and catch the ball with the goalkeeper. But when you're crossing into the near post, into this sort of area, it's out of the goalkeeper's reach. So as long as you get any sort of connection, whether it's green time finish or not, it's going to be a goal. The only way to defend this is to defend with Haaland or to defend with Van Dijk, someone with aerial plus, and go man for man and then just stay in front of the player and hope that you win the header. Which, if we look back at the speed of which him making this run, it's a goal. And again, same thing. He'll aim for the near post, make that run with Haaland, and when it's a green time header, it's a goal. Guaranteed, as long as you make the connection. So a quick corner kick like this it just means that your opponent's not able to move out the goalkeeper. It also means that your opponent's not able to switch to his Haaland or to his aerial plus player to mark your player. So corners, if you're not practicing them, if you've not at least got one of these techniques mastered or in your arsenal, you're giving away like opportunities. Or not giving away opportunities, but you're wasting opportunities. Corners is almost like penalty kicks in FC24. So you guys definitely have to get these corners down pat. So that's the attacking wrapped up. Let's look at his defending. So obviously he's a very attacking based player. He's probably the best player in the world when it comes to attacking, but he's also very, very good at defending, and specifically his pressing in the opponent's half. He makes it very difficult for his opponents to play out from the back. As we can see here, let's first just watch the clip in its entirety. So Anders is in the white. It's very... Look at where he intercepts the ball. Hullet here. Not only does he intercept the ball in his own half, so his opponent's not able to get past the halfway line for starters, but where he's won the ball, now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in the attack. We've got 6 off, like slightly behind the ball. And then how many players does his opponent have? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 outside the picture down here. 5. And then 6 again. So it's like 6v6 with so much space to counter-attack him now. So this is it's very high risk, high reward when you press your opponent very high up the pitch. But Anders does it very, very well. Looking back, let's take a look back at his opponent and what options does his opponent actually have to pass. So every pass, let's ignore maybe, the long balls over the top or the switches, but keeping it on the deck, what passes does his opponent actually have? Right now, he can only pass to Militao. So what does Anders do? He's already ready to press Militao. He's switched from Mbappe to R9 and he's anticipating that pass to come here and he's trying to step and to squeeze onto him just like that. So let's play it. So he squeezes him here. He knows that this next pass is going to go down here. So already he's switched to Mbappe and he's already closing him down. He's putting pressure on the ball so early. So again, now he's using second man press because he knows that Virgil's not able to turn like this. So that second man press just makes Mbappe step towards the ball. And while he's doing that, he's stepping in here. He's making it very difficult for his opponent to play out from the back. And same thing can be said in this clip here where, again, he's created that 2v2 situation similar to the last clip with the centre backs, but now out wide where it's the centre back and the full back. And he's used second man press to bring in Mbappe and Saka and create this 2v2 situation here and squeeze the ball and use second man press to win the ball here. And then now he's able to counter-attack and score. Now let's look at his defending around the edge of the box. Let's say when his opponent's broken through his press and he's progressed the ball up the pitch. Now this is where Anders locks in and he doesn't mindlessly press his players out as much anymore. So this is where he starts to become a little bit more reserved and he's thinking about, okay, where's the danger in this section of the field? The danger's through the middle. It's these 3 players here. He doesn't want his opponent to play the ball into these players' feet, similar to how he wants to attack. So when he attacks, he's always looking for the striker's feet. He's always trying to zip balls into the striker's feet. So same thing when he's defending. He wants to prevent his opponent from doing that. So what he'll do is he'll use a combination of, again, second man press to press towards the ball, as well as manual pressing to cover the second option. So what we'll see here is he'll step towards him. So he knows Hullet's in this direction. He'll use second man press to go over. And now he's switched to Van Dijk, or he'll switch between Hullet and Van Dijk. And he'll look for the next passing option, which is here. And he'll try and step like that to cover to cover the passing lane, or step like that. So he's going to intercept it. So let's play it again. So as we can see here, I don't know why I went blurry for a little bit, but yeah. So here he momentarily switched to Haaland. Again, now he's putting pressure on the ball, manual pressure on the ball. But he's not overly committing. He's not stepping aggressively, bringing players out of positions where they don't have to be. And he's just patient. And now he's using second man press here to squeeze. And when he's found a position like this here, this is where he'll squeeze the ball and he'll try and make a challenge. Anything around the edge of the box, that's where he'll put in a tackle. So again, similar sort of thing. So he's patient, but the most important thing is, where's the danger? So he knows the danger right now is playing that pass into the striker. Can he prevent that pass? So what he'll do is, he's a bit too far away to drop off Hullet. So what he'll do is now he'll actually choose to try and press the ball to prevent him from turning and then passing. So he knows if Pirlo does turn, he'll be able to tackle him. But if he just makes a first time pass or takes a quick touch and then a pass, that pass is probably going to make anyways. But the priority is to prevent these three players from getting the ball. So he's going to be patient. He's always trying to intercept those passes. But when he can't intercept it just like this because he's played a first time pass, now it's about damage control. So now what's the next priority in his defense? He doesn't want his forward to turn and drive towards goal, similar to how he attacks. So when Anders attacks, he drives, or he plays a driven pass into the striker's feet, and he looks for this turn to shoot. So he wants to stop his opponent from doing that. So he gets that pass in from here, from Pirlo into Cruyff, and now straight away his players switch to his right back, and he's straight away up his bum. He's pressuring from behind. He's forcing his opponent into going that way, or maybe not that way, but away from goal. And then now if his opponent takes a touch like this, he's able to switch to Hullet and close in like that, or switch to his centre back and step like that. As we can see here, that's exactly what he'll do. So he'll always force him backwards away from goal. You'll see he'll force him backwards. We'll see him force him backwards away from goal, and then now he can use that opportunity to bring in a second player and swarm the ball and go for a tackle, which is what he does here. So let's watch that one more time. He couldn't get the interception, but now he brings in Kanate and he gets that tackle. And the last thing now to round off his defending is the goalkeeper movement. So let's say his initial press doesn't work and he gets broken pass in his defense, like we see in this clip here. His opponent does a really nice long throw here. He looks for a flick on with R9. Let's freeze frame right here. So Anders always looking to prevent, the passes into the forwards. But let's say he knows that the pass is going into the forwards. He knows he's too far away to step and press him on that first touch and prevent a shooting opportunity. So now Anders knows this is a shooting opportunity. His opponent is going to shoot at some point, and usually in this situation, it doesn't matter where it's a cross goal, a near post, he's ready for that. So the first initial step is to move the goalkeeper, towards where the space is. The ball's coming across like this. Where's Anders' goalkeeper right now? He's at the front post. He's on this side. So what he'll do is initially he'll move his goalkeeper across to the other side in case his opponent does an early shot towards the space, which most people, if we look at this freeze frame and the ball's going to Rivaldo, you'd assume you'd want to take that shot across goal. But Anders, because he's always thinking one step ahead, he'll think his opponent's about to shoot, I'm going to move my goalkeeper across goal. And that's exactly what he does. So he moves him across goal, and then to cover up in case his opponent, switches sides, because that's what a lot of pro players do. They wait for the opponent to move the goalkeeper across, and then they shoot towards the other side. he doesn't move backwards. He doesn't overcommit to that side. He'll move straight backwards into goal. This is the best way to move your goalkeeper when you're anticipating the shot. But the first step is anticipating the shot and knowing when the shot is coming. And Anders does that very well. So that was my gameplay analysis of Anders Vejrgang. Let me know if you like this sort of content. If you want to see another gameplay analysis of another player, you can drop their names down below in the comments. Otherwise, if you like this sort of content, feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks, guys.